What is good, everybody? I am back. Okay, we had some technical difficulties there. B Square, I see you down there. You're right. I'm back, back with a vengeance, trying to do this. Um, can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Let me know now. Put some fire emojis in the chat if you can hear me. I got stood after coach for a minute there. Fire emojis in the chat if you can hear me. 'Cause your boy is having some issues these days. Had to switch out my equipment as a whole because I don't know what went wrong. So I'm gonna have to look into that. But I'm back to the humble beginnings. So let's start this over. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. What up, Jay? We got Jay in the building, Mr. J the Sixth. We got Mr. B Square himself, my co-host on Thursday nights, 86 underscore Ghost. Check him out. Check out Jay. Both have fire content. These gentlemen are clutch. So now, what I want to talk to y'all about today is the struggle to staying consistent, right? And as y'all can see, there's a real struggle for it, as you can see, because I just went through that struggle. We got Hendo, one of the goats, is in the building. Mr. Hendo, the Rogue Pod. Make sure y'all hit up his channel. The man's a goat. And while I'm bringing him up, I want to send a special thanks and shout out to Hendo from the Rogue Pod and Brodney from Lunch Break Hot Take. Yeah, both donated to the show last week or just the other day. Sorry, I'm lost. Okay, I'm on vacation. I lost all tracks of time. But you donated to the last show. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. You know we all family here. And anybody that joins, y'all joining the Living Big Flop. All right, just one big family. And we gonna live it. And we gonna love it. Um, be square. I'm not putting that up here. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Right, let's talk about this struggle to stay consistent. And this is something even going through trying to build this YouTube channel because I'm on the road to climb right now. We're looking at trying to get to 100. We're at 84. So like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's keep it moving. Um, it's hard, right? The grind is hard. The grind is always going to be hard. And a big part of the grind being hard is what are you grinding for? I think one of the keys is to setting small goals so that way when you achieve them, you still feel like you're moving forward. But the grind's hard and we grind in everyday life and everything we do. So when you're setting something aside and you're like, I want this, you grind for it, you grind even harder, but it feels like it's just so hard to do. Tough. And you want to give your all, not just for you, but for your family, for your friends, for whoever you're doing it for. And it's tough because you can't please everybody, but it's even harder to please yourself because you set such lofty goals that you want to achieve, and it seems like they never come, right? I'll give examples of my own life here where starting young, I wanted to play sports and I was a pretty good athlete. Um, actually, I was a very good athlete, but I had a number of injuries, right? I couldn't stay healthy. And that and the combination of my family situation at the time, you couldn't really, it was hard to grind towards that focus because I'm either laid up hurt, another muscle pull, strain, or something else going on in my household, you know, that I couldn't necessarily control because I was a kid. And what up, Jared? How you doing? Hope you having a great one, brother. It's another brother with a great show, Jared 011 Green. Check him out. Make sure y'all go sub to him. They be have some deep content over there. Not just sports. Like my channel is not just sports. It's talking about more, and they get into some deep conversations over there. I absolutely love it. We got B in the building. What up, B? Again, lunch break hot take. Y'all gotta go hit their channel. They doing the show tonight. It's always fire. I will be there watching because the show is gonna be late as usual. But even trying to grind growing up, right? I fell into these slumps of, is it worth it? Can I do it? Do I have what it takes? And I've come to find that a lot of what we struggle with is not just self doubt, but it's actually the doubt put into us by the people around us, right? So we have to watch who we're around, watch what they're doing with their lives while watching our own. Because sometimes it's the people around us that'll make that consistency harder to gain because they're inconsistent. So when we go forward and we're trying to achieve our goals, I find that for me, I not only make it a goal for myself, but like currently, I make it a goal for my family. So I like to include them in certain things because then if I achieve a goal, they achieve a goal. And then we're achieving pace together. We're building that consistency together. And I think teamwork and having the extra motivation is huge. Um, Even with, I know all you guys hear me say, I'm a heavy set dude, right? Even with working out on occasion and things like that, I have my kids to say, they'll actually say, all right, Dad, let's go. Because I include them in my building, and with the streaming and recording content, they push me for that. So it's well appreciated. And I can help, they help me stay consistent with what I'm doing now. But coming up, I didn't have that. Being the oldest, all my siblings were younger, and there was things going on in my household. I'm not afraid to talk about it. My father passed when I was 3 years old, um, and then it was kind of a revolving door from there as far as where life went. Staying with my great grandmother, then she passed, and you know, my mom struggled, but she did everything she could. Right, watching her in those times was the key of consistency. Like it was absolutely amazing to see her grind, and no matter what we went through, we found a way to stay consistent with being to work on time, getting the job done, getting off, getting home at the same exact time. Making sure there was food in our mouths. Even when my siblings came, the grind just continued for her. She just stayed consistent, and I always wondered what it was that drove her aside from us, because sometimes even as your kids get older and they start to do their own thing, the drive isn't the same. So even seeing her now with me and all my siblings being older, we all have our own jobs and graduated college and all these other things. So shout out my sister Therese. She just graduated UConn. Um, she just finished her registered nurse stuff, so she grinding. My other sister graduated last year. She's in sports management. So my brother's an electrician, much like myself. So the grind continues. So now seeing that we all picked up the grind, right? To still look at my mother till this day is amazing. And she is still getting up, going to work, and continuing that grind every day without hesitation is absolutely amazing. And I've always feared that I wouldn't have the ability to do such a thing, right? I've always struggled with it, whether it was my sports, whether it was my music career. I ain't even gonna lie to you, I gave up on my music career altogether. I used to be a phenomenal singer, but they say if you don't use it, you lose it. I lost it. I lost it a long time ago. But the grind continues day in and day out. And it's a struggle. It's tough. Um, you have to find different ways to motivate yourself. Some people I've seen use different motivation daily, and they tuck their head down, they stride forward, and they pick a different thing to fire them up each and every day. And I've come to find that my daily motivation is really to, when it comes to electrical work, it's survive another day because things can go wrong in the work that I do. So it's survive another day, survive another day. Get through the end of this day and you've survived another day. So when I'm doing electrical, I find that it's a daily push, a daily push. But when it comes to YouTube and wanting to build my community and build this channel, I'm finding that it's more of a weekly push, right? I have to check my numbers and how videos are performing and am I getting subscribers and things like this. And if you check it daily, you can kind of fall into a lull of, is this for me? Can I do this? But if you look at some of the greats, like the fellas that's in this chat, they'll tell you consistency is key to building that foundation. And not only that, you can't look at the numbers daily. You have to look at the numbers on a weekly to monthly basis because that's when you see the growth, right? This is a slow growing process. So it can hurt to see it not growing, but then when you do see it growing, it's that much more of a reward. So I find myself fighting through at times of, can I grow? Can it get better? Will I always have content? Will I be able to produce something that the people will like? Am I worth listening to? Right? I have to ask these questions because if I don't, then I won't grow. So I ask myself these questions and I sit and I spitball and it's the same thing with my merch. When I'm doing merch and shout out to him though, because I a lot of this falls on him. I ask his opinion for a lot of stuff. Um I question, is my merch good enough? Would somebody buy this? Do people really care what I think or feel or about the things that I like? And I've come to realize that the world is so vast. There's so many people out there that no matter what it is, if you put yourself out there, you put your content out there, you put your merch out there are going to be people that gravitate towards it. Some might not, but that's the world we live in, right? We don't want to live in a world where every single person likes one thing and they all like that one thing that they all tune in on because then there's no variety. And you're absolutely right. It's I couldn't have said it better. It's a process. It's all a process. And we take it daily and we take it and it's like grabbing a bull by the horns, right? And you go for that crazy ride because that's what it is. And some enjoy the ride, some enjoy the grind, but some can't handle it. And it's okay to sit back and question if you can stay consistent doing something. Because if you're questioning it, maybe there's a chance it's not what you want to do, but then maybe there's a chance that you love it so much that you want to perfect it. I find that when I question a lot of things, it's because I want it so bad. I'm questioning what's it gonna take for me to get it. What's what can I do next to become the greatest version of myself? It's never about competing with others. It's never about how can my show be better than theirs. It's never about how can my merch be better than theirs. It's never about, you know, what can I do to make sure I'm the center piece. It's more so how can I be the best me? And if there's others involved, how can we elevate together? Right? When you come on stronger when you raise a community together. And growing as a group can be more prosperous than growing as a solo. See, when you grow as a group, the group help keep each other consistent, right? So if I'm just example, if Hendo's on me, hey, you got to make that content, or you gotta get that merch out. It doesn't matter where it is, somebody's gonna get it. Then I'm like, all right, and I put it out, and I go to the next. I go to Jared, or I go to B Squared. I say, hey, get my stuff out there. You gotta get your stuff out there too. It's all about bringing each other up, right? We lift each other instead of hurting each other, and I think that alone allows us to fight through the struggle of consistency. So sometimes it takes more than one. So I guess this is really more so a message of anybody out there who feels they have to do it by themselves. You really don't. There's always someone that's going to support you in some way, shape, or form. And B Square here is look, I plead inconsistency. But you know what? You can be as consistent as they get. And we got a show tomorrow night. Don't think I forgot. So make sure you're available, sir. We got that Thursday night, late night live. We'll get a conversation going about that for tomorrow night. But when you build, I think people don't realize that the struggle is to build the consistency to start, right? Once you get it going, it's easier. It becomes easier. It flows. And then when you start to master that, you step it up a notch. Sometimes we can step it up too early, but if you wait, you get that flow. Okay, I think I got a hang of it. I think I got it going. Then you step it up a notch. Okay, you get that there. Okay, I got that one going. Step it up a notch and keep building because there's endless ways to build. There's no, there's literally no ceiling, right? I got the perfect example is a friend of mine. He's a hip hop artist from out here in Connecticut, from out in Connecticut. Great artist. I'm gonna have him on the show one day. Great music, right? But our type of music, we listen to ain't really out there like that anymore. Really reminds me of an old school hip hop rap artist. He's like my brother. So I'm gonna have him on the show one day. But he, I've always watched him go. He'll work somewhere and say, you know what? I'm capped out here, so time to leave. Go to somewhere else. It reminds me of myself because I've done the same thing in electrical, right? I work somewhere. Okay, I'm capped out here. Time to go somewhere else. And every time we hit a moment where there's a lull or we feel we aren't being paid enough or we aren't being treated well enough, we don't stick around. We move forward. We progress. We grow. Because when people tell us there's a ceiling, we show them that the only ceiling above us is a glass ceiling, and we shatter it and we keep moving. And for consistency to work, for you to be able to be consistent, you have to have the mentality of shattering the glass ceiling, right? You can't, because there's a such thing as a negative consistency. When people fall into a lull and accept where they are, and even if it's not where they want to be, that's a negative form of consistency. We don't want that. We want to grow. We want to be better. We want to be stronger. We want to be faster. We want to be, you know what I mean? So what we do is step it up. So if we can consistently step it up, well, guess what? There's nothing that can stop you. because you're going uphill, up and a hill that leads to inevitable greatness. Imagine imagine walking up a hill, and every mile, instead of getting tired, you get stronger. Then you get stronger. And you get faster. That is what we want to do. That is what we strive to do. But the struggle is waking up, right? Getting out of bed. Our body's worn down. You're sore. Can we go again? Can we get up again? Can we run again? You want to take time off. And there's no shame in taking time off, right? Everybody, I'm on vacation right now. So there's no shame in taking time off. Just make sure if you're taking time off, it's because you earned it. Make sure you bust your behind to get to that point, and now you're like, I reached a goal. Now let me relax a little, and then let me go hit the next goal. So I'm gonna I'm on this grind to 100. When I get there, I'm gonna celebrate, and then I'm gonna say time for 200. Then it's gonna be time for 300, and so on and so forth. I'm going to continue to fight through the struggle. Hey Yolanda, how's it going? I hope your day is going well. Um, yeah, this whole stream was something that just I was literally standing here, I was getting ready, and it was something that's been on my mind, and I was like, you know what? There's no better people to talk to than my community here on YouTube, full of people that understand the grind, that understand the struggle of consistency. So I got on here, and I just wanted to let y'all know how I feel about it and what my eyes are seeing as far as my life goes. Right? I can't speak for anyone else, but I can say that it's okay to struggle. Just know that there's always someone who's got your back and who's going to help you through the struggle and help you stay consistent. Once you get what you want, once you get to your first goal, don't end it there. If you don't, I like to say that if you don't have a goal, then you kind of don't care, right? If you don't have a goal set for yourself or something in life, it could be the smallest thing. It could be something stupid. It could be something stupid like I want to watch 3 shows a day. It's still a goal, it's something to look forward to, right? So set a goal, and that's what's going to help you stay consistent. No one here should ever struggle with consistency. We have each other's back. You got a problem? Listen. There's ways to reach me. Hit me on Twitter. Hit me on in the comment section on one of my videos on YouTube. Hit me in the community section. It doesn't matter where it is. You can always find me. Um, hey, Reg, I'm struggling with staying on top of this. You know, it's something we could talk about. I'm here for you, and I know y'all all feel the same way. I think as a community, we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to be great, and I think the struggle is not as real as people think it is. Right? I think it's a phase. I think we could all get through it, and I think we're all going to end up kings and queens to the highest power. It's just our job to realize where we are going and what we want to be a king or queen of. And we will face those things not solo, but as a unit, and nothing will be able to stop us. Facts. And don't forget to celebrate personal victories, no matter how small. It helps you to keep you in the fight. Absolutely. 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 And that's what's important, you know? So I want to personally thank everybody who showed up here today. I don't want to keep you too long. I know everybody's got stuff to do. It's the middle of the afternoon, so I don't want to hold you too long. I know personally, I think the kids are waiting for me to take them down to the pool to go play today. So, um, thank y'all for tuning in. This is just a little insight to what goes on in my head, and in my heart at times. And I look forward to doing more of these in the future. Um, love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of your screen. And if you want some merch, Living Big Flop, you want some merch, I got you. Check out my store on Etsy. All of that stuff will be in the description after the video. I have to post it up there, so it will be on there. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I'll see y'all tonight. I know y'all be there for LBHT, right? We gotta be there. Lunch break hot take, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be a lit show. It always is. Coach Evans, don't forget, more set the tally. We're ready for the streets. 6 o'clock, the countdown. All right, be there, be square. Now, don't forget also 5:30, Coach Evans on regular Sit the Tally Films. Listen, he's gonna be live. I believe it's a call-in show today, if I'm not mistaken. So call in, light him up, let him know how you feel, let him know what you think. Y'all, Hendo, the Rogue Pod. I don't know when his next show is. He works all week long. He's one of the hardest working men I've ever met. This man is on 7 days a week. You can catch him anywhere. So he will be streaming somewhere. Garrett 011 Green is gonna hit you with a stream. Jada Six is gonna hit you with a stream. B Squared, Mr. Bazel, I believe he got a stream set up for Tuesday. I believe it was, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So everybody's here. Yolanda will end up on the Rogue Pod show. Everybody here streams. Everybody deserves it. Anybody who's not subbed to any of those people, please go sub. Help yourself out. I didn't. I don't need TV anymore because I got all of these great people, these great, wonderful human beings. Like, share, subscribe. Again, get your merch on Etsy. I'll put it in the description when this goes down. Right? Want to help out the show? Living Big with Big Reg. It's a Cash App. I love y'all. See you next time. Stay blessed. Peace.